Good evening, everyone. Romney Smith at WTOC for The News Now. This is where we bring you local, regional, and national updates on stories we're working on for you for the 11 o'clock newscast. We're on various platforms right now, so I appreciate you joining us, especially those of you who are on our Facebook page. That's where you can interact with us live. We certainly appreciate your time. So good evening to George O'Neill, Lisa Brathwaite, Shanika McKell-Barnes, and I see the others of you giving me the emojis and saying hello. We certainly appreciate it. So right now, the big story we've been following all day, 3 people are dead following a shooting involving a suspended Glenn County police officer. WTOC's Danielle Lewan has been following this story all day long, and she has an update.
Hello, Romney. We've been digging into this story all day, all afternoon, and will continue into the night. These are just a few documents of dozens helping us piece together what happened when Glenn County police officers found Robert Sasser dead inside his car at this home. A lot of the questions that we have unanswered revolve around his court bond. Sasser was not allowed to be in Glenn County other than for court dates, and he did violate that, as well as they found Sasser with a gun when it specifically says in this court order that he could not have a firearm. We're going to have team coverage throughout the evening. WTOC's Wright Gazaway is looking into a history of incidents with Robert Sasser, and I'll be looking into more of what happened throughout the night that led to Robert Sasser being found in his car right here. All of that at 11. Reporting in Glenn County, Danielle Lewan, WTOC News.
So expect to see that team coverage tonight at 11 on WTOC on The News at 11 o'clock. All right, over to the Low Country now for our viewers in South Carolina. You might see some traffic if you're in the Beaufort area tonight. Police will conduct a safety checkpoint tonight, so we are giving you the heads up. Officers will be at North Street and Carteret Street between 10 p.m. and midnight. They're making sure that everyone's wearing seatbelts, has their license and registration, and is not drinking and driving. You're asked to be careful driving in that area and be alert because there will be officers and stopped traffic a little different than normal. Also, if you live in South Carolina, you'll be paying more at the pump soon due to a recently passed tax in the state. The gas tax became law last year, so gas prices will increase 2 cents per gallon. July 1st will mark the second hike and the second installment of the plan to raise gas prices 2 cents every year until the year 2022. It's all part of a 12-cent increase to help with road improvement projects. And I know y'all know whenever I'm driving in the Low Country, y'all have some roads out there that need some attention. So I know we don't like extra taxes, but we need better roads. All right, I know. Moving on. All right, and drivers in Georgia, I'm not just going to pick on South Carolina, I'm going to pick on Georgians too. Listen up. The new hands-free law goes into effect this Sunday. There is no grace period. Let me repeat myself. No grace period. You're going to get a ticket if you do this. So you can no longer hold onto your phone while you're driving for any reason. Beginning July 1st, drivers will only be allowed to use talk or talk to text using hands-free technology. That includes devices like using a smartwatch and cars that have Bluetooth capabilities. You will be allowed to use your phone for GPS, but it has to be mounted on something. I suggest a vent clip. That's what I have for my phone. Very helpful. And I just do my best to stay focused on the road at the time and hope that the map's directions are accurate and that there's no reroutes or construction, because then it gets a little fuzzy out there. But Sunday, they can write you a ticket. A lot of you asking what's the price. $50 for the first offense, $100 for the second offense. We don't know about the third as of this point right now, but you don't want to get a third. It's too soon. And it's also at the officer's discretion. So some might let you off with a warning because it's a new law. Others might just write you a ticket. Really depends on the officer. So there's your heads up. Sunday, it's over for driving with a phone. All right, the weekend before the 4th of July is here, and local law enforcement want to make sure that you're safe if you decide to celebrate early. So remember, you can shoot fireworks in the state of Georgia. Usually they're allowed between 10 in the morning and 9 o'clock at night. However, on July 3rd and 4th, the time frame was extended a little bit until midnight. Everyone has those jerks in their neighborhood who like to do it till 1 or 2 or 3 in the morning. Just call police because that's against the law. And remember, only people 18 and older are allowed to light fireworks.
We recommend that children don't be directly involved with the fireworks. We will be looking for those too, those incidents. But we actually want people to enjoy the fireworks, have fun.
Savannah Police also want to remind you that fireworks cannot be used on roads or highways. Also, you cannot shoot fireworks near 100 yards of a hospital, gas station, or nursing home. And make sure they're fully extinguished by soaking the leftover parts in water so they don't become a fire hazard. All right, it's still light outside, still pretty nice weather-wise. Some of you are about to go on a date. So we have our date night forecast on the WTOC Twitter weather account. So here it is. Still warm and muggy. 82, 81, 80 for tonight's forecast. Pretty nice. No chances of rain right now. So you know what? Actually, I lied. 30, 20%. So some of you might see a little something, something. But you know what? That'll make it romantic. Kiss her under the rain. It's going to be great. We all like that movie moment, right? You feel me on that? You're going with that? That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going with. Unless you just got your hair done, then it's a whole different story. Ladies, I'm looking out for you. All right. So, of course, if you want to follow along, you can always download our weather app or the news app. I would say and actually get both of them. And then on Twitter, if you are on Twitter and you want to follow our meteorologists, they have one unified Twitter account. They each have their individual ones, but at WTOC First Alert, that's where we post lots of updates on Twitter if you want to follow along there. I always tell you guys you can weigh in on Facebook if you have any questions or comments. I do have a few right now. Some are random, but I'll give you a shout out. Dean Monroe saying go Dogs. All right. I mean, it's not football season yet, but I'm with it. You know, it's Georgia. I'm right there with you. I'm more of an NFL girl myself, so I'm counting down for that. That's exciting. Let's see. Sherry Scott says it sounds like a love triangle that went bad in reference to that suspended officer who was involved with a woman of the same last name and another person, and all three were dead. We are going to get details from both Wright Gazaway and Danielle Lewan tonight, so be sure to tune in for that story. That's been a big story we've been following all day long. Terry Kirkland weighing in saying, I'm glad to see hands-free in cars. I am too. The ultimate goal of that law, of course, in Georgia, to make sure our roads are safer. Tell you something interesting. The only car accident I've ever been in, actually, no, I lied. I've been in two. The first one, I should say, was from a teenager who was texting, got out of her vehicle crying, saying, don't call my mom. I'm thinking, I don't even know you, so how would I know your mother's phone number? But she was texting, and she admitted that to the officer, and she got written a citation. So, again, no texting and driving as of Sunday, because you can get a $50 ticket. All right, guys, that's all we have right now. Chanel McGee, thank you so much for your emojis. I'm glad I can entertain you tonight. It's Friday. I'm almost off work. You guys feel me there. Thank you guys so much for watching. We don't have any more questions on news stories. Our next digital update is at 9 o'clock, specifically talking about the weather and what this weekend will look like, rain chances. You might want to go to the beach. You might have some plans, so Andrew Gordon will have that for you. And as always, go to our website, WTOC.com, and our social media pages. And follow me while you're there, Romney Smith TV. Look me up on Facebook. Be my friend, please. That'll make me smile. I'd love that. Have a great weekend, guys. See you Monday.